Hey Healing Homies, I've pulled some cards just based on some healing that I've been needing to release some Hoha energy in my field. So I've been feeling quite I've been feeling a lot this week leading up to this pink full moon happening on the 13th of April. And I just wanted to talk about it because it's something that I could either stay stuck in the anger and let it narrate my relationship, narrate my day, narrate the way I look at myself, versus understanding it and giving it space to exist. And also creating boundaries for myself. Like the amount of times this week I've just had to say, babe, I'm just going to walk outside for a couple minutes. I'll go outside for a couple minutes, come back in feeling much more clear-headed and able to just be calm. So the first card that I got was number 26, Plain, from the Fortune Oracle. And this card says, a journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. So first off, I'm like, cool, where are we going, healing homies? Shall we go to Raro? Shall we go to Hawaii? I'm feeling an island, some island time to slow down and just be with some beauty. But I guess if we're saying metaphorical journey, it is looking at the anger and giving it space as opposed to numbing it or avoiding it, or yeah, like I said, letting it narrate things that aren't relevant to it, to the anger. So I also pulled Mountain Lion, I am responsible. So I feel like this is talking to those of us that feel like we've been responsible for managing other people's energy, whether that be their emotions, whether that be providing the space for their anger and understanding their anger. Like, I'm responsible to help. I'm responsible to be of service. And then I just felt this kind of whoosh back into me. It's like, oh, I'm responsible for me, period. And obviously my small child. And yeah, just remember, you choose what you're responsible for. To a certain degree, you know, what you're allowing into your life, whether like if you don't want to be responsible for your own anger, maybe you'll be thinking certain things about those that are around you and it'll be mirroring off of them, and maybe you'll then get triggered by other people being in their emotions because you're like, whoa man, we're not doing that, let's just tone that down because I'm avoiding all of my shit. So just a reminder that you are responsible for all of that shit and how it affects your body, mind, and soul, and family. So remembering with this horse energy, I have the power to move forward. You can drop and cut off responsibilities that you are no longer needing to be loyal to. Because I think it feels like a little bit of a subconscious response to social expectations or societal expectations or workplace expectations. You're responsible for your workload, what you signed up for, nothing else. You're not responsible for your boss's emotional state. And you have the power to move forward out of this helper, rescuer energy and bring it back into self. Because I feel like there may be people that have stagnated around you, or you grew up with a role model that could not escape their mental emotional prisons. So it's just, you know, if you feel overwhelmed, it's okay, you're gonna move forward. It's not gonna stick around so long as you present day you and all your skills that you're able to show up for other people, you can bring that back to self and you can move forward and through this. So yeah, just detach with love where you need to and reattach to your heart center And yeah, be with your body, be with your heart, be with your mind this weekend, especially with the full moon coming through. The last card that I pulled was number 14, Judgment. Open book. This card says soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. Because if your anger, if your frustration, if your hurt, if your sadness isn't able to be safe with you, it will be projected onto other people. So soul searching will bring clarity, will bring that clarity of, oh, I can handle this, because you can. You are the container made specifically for what has happened to you, not the container for literally everybody else. And that doesn't mean don't show up for other people, do it, but just be aware of what we've talked about here. Journaling with this book will be really powerful to help move the energy, move the anger, and insecurities as well, because I feel like judgment in itself is such a I can't help it but say, like, we're all enslaved to it. Like, we've all been victims of judgment, and we've all judged. So it's kind of like, what a waste of energy, you know? Like, that's not the vibes. That's a protection mechanism. However, if you're wanting to be authentic to your emotions, you can let go of judgment by understanding everyone else has their own emotional body that they need to tend to, and it's not personal. And you can actually make room for other people to hold themselves by backing off and holding yourself. So yeah, that is just the message that I got. Yeah, it's definitely one to go deeper with if you resonate. But let's end up with a heart healing oracle card that I'll read from the book. This may also be like, I am responsible. It could be like you're an older sibling and you're like needing to not show up as an older sibling. You're needing to show up as an adult to adult, or whatever age bracket you are. You want to just show up as relating to people as a person, not an older sibling. Or, you know, if you are like a boss of something, you know, going home and not being like the boss of everything at home, you need a break from that, because you need to be responsible for what's happening internally as well. Okay, a heart healing for this message, please, Spirit. What's the healing collective needing to know? Okay, we have number 13, grieving heart. Open doors to something new. Yeah, if you're showing up more empowered in how you feel about things and how you look after yourself when certain feelings, memories, triggers pop up, there will be a new beginning on the other side of that, as opposed to keeping in the same structure or pattern of suppressing and projecting. We all do it. You know, like there is a duality energy here. So like, you may be someone who shows up confident and you can play the game. However, there is an aspect here that is grieving and needs to be acknowledged, because it is disguising itself as anger. So here we go. Dear grieving heart, I know you feel disorientated and confused. Losing those we love and are close to is always difficult, and you may be experiencing fear, hurt, and apprehension about the future. Your sense of self may have diminished as you have had thoughts such as, I don't know who I am, and I no longer know what I love, what I care about, or what makes me sing. You might feel numb or anxious and not want to participate in everyday life. Stagnated. Dear heart, it is important that you give yourself time to mourn your loss and heal. You also must gain the wisdom that this difficult experience has brought you. Embracing the opportunity to become more independent, shrewd, and clear can feel uncomfortable, but it can offer you incredible growth and self-confidence. Take some time to reflect on what you have truly lost. Is it love, friendship, understanding, help, or care? Reflect on how this loss can open doors to something new. Okay. I just felt like even grieving, like if you had a parent growing up that was really trapped in their grief, and you can understand why, it's still something for you to mourn that you didn't get to experience that parent or, family member as their authentic self, because you picked up on who they are, which is why you were able to skip past the hurt of being let down, of being disappointed, and just understand them. However, there is a part of you that really needs to mourn it, and that is okay too. And that is something that can happen personally. Like, we don't need to be shouting it out of the rooftops, because we got to honor where everyone is at, as well as honor where we are at. So yeah, you have the power to move forward through this energy and open doors to something new. So I hope that helps with this energetic vibe we got going on before this full moon coming up on Sunday. And I wish you all the best with that. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.